Good morning. Good morning. How you doing this morning? I hope you missed me yesterday. I really, really do. But I went and I did a training for a new position I'm going to do with AmeriCorps Vista in the area for veterans and trying to assist the community. So, the Lord always has something for me to do, and I'm excited about that. And this morning, I'm putting it out there again. I have something to tell you, and I believe today's session is good um, because it talks about something that can only be for us. When we're really talking about our passion, it's like, what do we really believe in, want to do? We pay a lot of attention to it. What is it that excites us, gets us all riled up? And I enjoy this. I enjoy seeing you all every day. Good morning, Joan. I enjoy seeing you all, seeing your names come up on the screen. um, and so it's a good opportunity for me to do what God has given me to do, and certainly has been rewarding to me to do this, and I kept thinking about passion and passion. And, we go through life and we have so many passions. We may have a passion for writing, a passion for singing, a passion for acting, a passion for, organizing stuff and setting stuff up. Good morning, Juanita, my little friend, my little sweet little Rotary friend, and travel. She's a travel expert who has a business here in the States now. So it's wonderful. My passion has been through life to meet people, to form relationships with them around jobs, around having a good time, around singing something. There's always been an opportunity to really work with what the man upstairs has given me. And that's just what I love to do, is certainly form my passion around so many things. I just don't have one passion, I have many passions. And I want you to have a piece of paper and pencil, or a pen, and write down what your passions are, because sometimes we lose track of them. Good morning, Volda. Haven't seen you in a minute, and I'm happy that you're here this morning. We don't always get back in touch with ourselves when so much else is going on. And so when we talk about passion, we may even have passion for people. There's just somebody that, anytime you say something about them, that's just it. And they do something to you, and that makes it exciting that you get a chance to spend time with them if you've been given that. Good morning, Deborah. If you've been given that opportunity to spend time with people, makes it a passion of yours to want to do. So, I'm going to do like I start out. I'm going to ask you this question: are you stuck? Periodically, we're all stuck. And we can be stuck on even what our passion is, because we can be stuck on only doing that and nothing else. You know, I have a friend that used to love to write poetry. And, and I would listen and listen and listen. And then I would say, so what else you got on your agenda today? She said, just poetry. So sometimes our passion kind of takes over for us. It takes over all our energy. That's what we want to do with it. We want to just have a good time and enjoy that opportunity to just write. And now that we're in pandemic, still, even though people try to act like it doesn't exist, I'm hoping that you're able to get in touch with whatever your passion is, or passions, because you might discover that you have more than one. Some people have learned that they, know how to paint. Didn't know that before, but they didn't try it before. Other people, it may be writing. Somebody else, it may be, singing or cooking. I think cooking has been one of the things that has really gotten a lot of people excited about, because once the restaurants closed down and money got funny, Then they said, we're going to have to make do with whatever's up in the house and what we can buy. When we get money, we're going to go ahead and buy our foods, and then we're going to, figure out how to make some recipes where everybody will eat and be satisfied, So cooking is a big thing. Now, I do love to cook, and for a while there, even after my husband died, I didn't know that I was just cooking for two, my daughter and I, who was funny. Still is a funny eater. Good morning, Cuts Plus. It still is a funny eater. So I thought I would be making all these wonderful things for her. And she said, Mommy, I don't eat that. I don't eat that. I don't eat that. And now that she's gotten older, of course she eats it. But coming up, no, she didn't want it. She didn't want it. She wanted what everybody else's kids were having, like McDonald's and Burger King and those kinds of things. Now she doesn't eat those things as much as she would. Just wants me to cook something for her. Say, hey, Ma, did you cook? Did you cook? Sometimes I do cook for her, yeah. But I just try to, she said I don't cook enough. Well, I don't want to waste food and waste my money. So anyway, today we're talking about passion. So I have a couple of poems. And this one is called Butterflies Rising. It says, why else are we here if not to live with unreasonable passion for things? I like that. Why else are we here if not to live with unreasonable passion for things? Meaning sometimes our passion can just drive us. It just drives us, Sometimes you could have a passion for the water. You just want to go and sit by the water, or you want to get in the water, or you want to just paint by the water or read by the water. So water is something that for some people, it just builds up a need where they have to go to the water. Have to go. Okay, our next poem is, and that didn't have a name. That was an unknown author. Our next one is, and these are real short. That's why I did 3. It says, no matter what happens, and this is by Shellow, Shillow, Shilow. It says, I have no expectations, only control over how I want to feel. So no matter what happens, I know I will have a great time. To me, that's just that just says, regardless, if I don't put all these things on it, then I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm just going to enjoy the life that I have. Good morning, Maurice. Good morning, Lawson. I'm just going to enjoy the life that I have. I'm going to have a great time. And so it says, I have no expectations. Sometimes when we built up to have a lot of expectations, it's true that we don't always get back down to what the passion was all about, to get to the water, to start the story, to start the meal, because a lot of times the passion is in the preparation. It's not always in the end result. You may be having fun just putting stuff together. You may be having fun watching other people eat your food. I used to do that. I used to love to cook and watch people eat it, And I've settled down now. I'm not worried about that anymore. But anyway, this is also by the same author, Shillow, Shilo. Anyway, it says, do you believe in the magic inside you? Do you believe in the magic inside you? That's the name of the poem. It says, do you believe in the falling star, a wink from the sky, a last kiss by the train, lips wet from the rain? Do you believe in the adventures inside you, the curious child dancing free, running wildly beyond horizons, leaving rainbows in your wake? Do you believe in the silent wink through the park, whispering trees, tickling your senses, calling your heart, longing to know who you are? Do you believe in the illuminated touch, an immortal moment when a heart melts into another, can't tell one from another, everyday magic, flirting with the stranger, sighs from a lover? Do you believe in the magic inside you, the magic that surrounds you, whether you believe in it or not? I like that too. I mean, it just talks about the excitement of just having a passion for living, having a passion for things that you didn't even know would grant you excitement or grant you, wanting to see them again or do something else again, only because it built up a desire, a passion towards what I would call what's next. when we going again. Let's cook that, try that meal again. I like that. Sometimes my daughter does that. She'll tell me, hey, Ma, that was pretty good. Let's try that again. In fact, I did a meal not too long ago of trying to stay away from a lot of things that I shouldn't have, like breads. And I've had bread lately. Y'all gotta calm me down. I got one or two pieces, and now I've had several one or two pieces. But every once in a while, I'll try something that's different. And I wanted to make some salmon cakes. And I made these salmon cakes, and instead of frying them in with flour and stuff, I used brown rice. So it was cooked brown rice. And then I took them after I got the salmon cakes made. I didn't put any flour or anything in them. I just let the egg the thing, the kind of the congealer, or the thing that kind of brought them together. And then I took the brown rice that was cooked, and I just dabbed them in it, made it into a cake, and then I fried them up. And so the outside was brown rice, which was good, and then the inside was the salmon. And my daughter said, "Ooh, those were good." She ate most of them. So therefore, again, I try. Sometimes you have to step out and try something new. So anyway, today's word is passion. So passion is strong and barely controllable emotion. That's what passion is. It's like in love with. It's bowled over. It's bespotted. It's consumed with. It's desire. It's fancy, and it's appreciate. All of those things have to do with what passion is and what passion does for us. So all of us may be passionate people. When the right thing comes along that tickles our fancy, we got to have it. We want it. Some people, their passion is going shopping. They want the clothes, you know. They want to put on the latest styles. Some people, their passion could be dancing, because they want to dance and know all of the what I would call the ballroom steps, or the line dancing. They want to know all those kinds of things. So the P, we're going to start with P. The P of passion is pleasure. When you have passion, generally it's going to give you pleasure. You're getting something back out of it. Good morning, Jean. There's no reason for you to not have, you don't have passion for anything that you dislike. You have passion for things that drive you forward, drive you up, make your heart sing, make your head, like dizzy, because you want to do this, whatever it is. So it says it's pleasure. And pleasure is a feeling of happy satisfaction and enjoyment. And so you're looking at the delight of what it is that you want to do. Yes, music, yoga, and dancing. Absolutely, Jean. It says it's the delight pleasure gives you for your passion. It's your joy, it's your rapture, your glee, your satisfaction, your gratification, your enjoyment, your amusement, and your delectation. I like that word, delectation. So it really looks at all these things that could be, just giving you a higher sense of what it is you like to do. It could be, to taste something, like to taste a chocolate that's, a Belgian chocolate that's very, very rich and just the finest of chocolate. That's what you want. Once you taste it, you want it again. So it could be, some other kind of food. It could be a hairstyle that you're wearing. It could be the clothes, like you like a certain designer. Like I've seen some of the young kids, they like certain, sneakers, LeBrons. They get all hyped up about them. That's their passion. That's what they want. And even though the shoes cost $200 and $300, it doesn't matter. They just want it. That's what sings to them, makes them feel good. Okay? The A of passion is attention. Because when you have a passion for something, you pay attention to it. And it says you notice, you taken of something or someone, the regarding of someone or something as being interesting, and important. You give it your attention. It is an attraction. That's what attention is. You've been drawn to it. You've been drawn back to whatever it is. So the excitement is that you're going to, on a vacation back to a place you've already been to, or you're going to, sip a special wine that you tried at one time and you remember the taste and you want to taste it again. you know. So those are the kinds of things that really talk about, they get your attention. And once they gotten your attention, you want to give your attention to it again and again and again. So attention talks about being, it's the awareness of something that you notice. It's the observation. It's the consciousness towards something. It's your heed. It's your recognition, your regard, your scrutiny, your surveillance. Because sometimes we do surveil stuff. We give stuff real surveillance when we want to go back and want to wait and keep it letting something go down and discount and discount and discount. We go back and get it at a reasonable price. But and I've had two friends that would hide what they were looking for in the area where things were on sale, and they go back and get it when it got to be 70% off. That's good. That it was probably only worth the price they were really paying for it anyway. Trust me, I used to work in retail. They never lose anything. They're now maybe so, but not then. And anyway, attention also is the time to listen and time to attend. So all that has to do, good morning, T, all that has to do with the attention of something. Then you want to talk next is the first S in passion is satisfaction. Generally, if you're passionate about something, you are satisfied. There's something there that satisfies you. That's why the people that have good husbands or good wives, they stay with them. They're satisfied. They are satisfied. And that's the same thing when you go and you've had a good meal and it tastes really good and it tastes like the last time you had it. So you'll go back again. Why? Because it's satisfied. It satisfied your palate. So satisfaction is the fulfillment of one's wishes, expectations, or needs, or the pleasure derived from this, whatever this is. It says it's contentment. It's the content of something, the pleasure, the gratification, the fulfillment, the happiness, the delight, the self-satisfaction. Because when you're passionate about something and you're getting into the passion stage, it's your self-satisfaction. You're not worried about anybody else's. It's yours. Then it's your complacency, meaning you're stuck on it. I'm going back to that restaurant. I'm going back and buy another one of these. And I sometimes, because I have bad feet, I'm just telling on myself this morning, I go back and buy the same shoes if they're my comfortable fit. I would go back and buy the same shoes. So that would be my passion because I found something that really worked for me. The second S in passion is for support. Generally, if you are passionate about something and you have passion, you support it, And it says support is to bear all or part of the weight. You hold it up. Basically, that's what your support would be. It says you will hold it, you'll carry it, you'll keep it up, you'll embrace it, you'll brace it, you'll underpin it, you'll reinforce it, you'll bear it, you'll gird it, or you'll bolster it. All having to do with just how you're anchored on what it is that you want to do as your passion. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. If you're a writer, you're going to find the time to write. Even if you have periods of writer's block, you're still going to eventually find the time to write because that's your passion. That's your passion. The I of passion is for ignite. If you have been involved with something that gives you great passion, it says cruising. Yes, I know. Cruising before Yes, Joan and her husband Jim love cruising. Not me. But anyway, they love it. They do it. They would do it at least once or twice a year, right, Joan? So there it is. It just lets you know that you can have a passion for something that settles in your soul, it settles in your spirit, and you want to do it. So really, it's been ignited. It's been ignited. And it said to ignite is to arouse or inflame an emotion or a situation, meaning you're on it. You're on it. You know what you want to do with it. You want to go, you want to be, you want to taste, you want to see. All of those things have to do with the fact that you've been ignited about whatever has grown up to be a passion in you. Okay? The O of passion is for optimal. And I kept saying, why did I pick optimal? Well, here it is. It says it's best or most favorable. It's the optimum choice for you. Meaning, it doesn't have to be what somebody else likes or doesn't like. It's what you like. It's what you love. It's what you care about. It's what you want to do, what you want, where you want to be, what you want to taste, what you want to see. All those things talks about the optimal point that it gives you towards your passion. So therefore, it's yours. And it says to be optimal is most desirable. It's satisfactory. It's an excellence, your excellence for what it does for you. It's the ace. It's the best. It's the capital. It's the top of it all. It's the choice. It's the ideal. It's the highest, and it's the flawless. All those things speak to what optimal does. Optimal says it's at the highest point it can get. I love it. I love that. I get that every time I do this. I'm passionate about it. I want to do it again, even before this is over. Even before this is over. And the N of passion is notion. And notion, the notion of something is a conception of a belief about something, meaning you've been convinced, or it's an impulse or desire, especially one that sometimes could be of a whimsical nature. So even that just kind of says that I got it in my head that I'm going to go, like for Joan and Jim, I'm going cruising. I know how much fun we had. We did everything on that boat. We had a ball. We met people. Now we meet people. The people we met on the boat, we meet them up on another boat ride, on another cruise. And so there you go. And it said, OT says, O can be for ownership. That's right. It can be for ownership. O can be for a whole bunch of stuff. But O, you're right, can be definitely for ownership. Meaning you own it. You own it. You own it. You own it. But anyway, when we look at the notion, we talk about it's an idea, it's a belief, it's a concept, it's a conviction, it's your view, it's your thought, your impression, your image, your perception. That's what happens when you have a passion for something. No one really can tell you anything about it. It's yours. It's yours. And they may be able to talk with you, but you still have your own feeling about what it does to you, for you. It's about you, all because it is a passion that you have. And sometimes we always want other people maybe to feel the same way we do about something that we like. Like right now, I'm going to tell you what my passion is. My passion is I love Hamilton. I watched it. I was kind of tired because I had done so much work on last Friday night when it first began to stream, and I missed some parts. So since then, I've probably seen it 2 more times while I'm working because I love the music. Even if I'm not looking at the scenes, I love the music. So that's my new passion, is to get into, what creativity is and how music can go along with life that makes it where you want to hear it over and over and over again. And I was reading some write-ups, some you and I write-ups about about Hamilton, and what they were saying is some of the viewers like myself, they said they've seen it 12 times already. Well, no, I'm not going that extreme because I do have work to do, but I know that's a new passion for me where I hope it runs a long time because you can't tape it, but I guess eventually you will be able to purchase it. But so good, so good, so good. But anyway, so passion really speaks to your pleasure. It speaks to you being attentive to something, having attention to it, giving attention to it, feeling satisfaction from it, supporting the whole process of it, igniting what it does to you. It ignites you. It gives you your optimal pleasure or satisfaction. And then, of course, it's your notion. It's the fact that it's something that you think has enough importance to you that you want to do it again. That is passion. That's your passion. So that's the word. Now let's do the questions. Have some paper. One of my lifelong passions has been reading. Yes. Yes. And you used to do poetry too, right, Joan? But anyway, poetry, writing, singing, cooking, all these things are generally they are braced in passion. And we embrace them when we want to do them over and over again. Like I remember my mother's cooking and my grandmother's cooking. They liked to do it. They did. And look, we didn't food wouldn't you couldn't go in their kitchen, unless you were getting ready to sit down and eat. But you couldn't go in there thinking you were going to prepare a meal because the meal was prepared by them. And after a while, everybody wanted the meal, including all my friends, all my brothers and sisters' friends. If they came over and the food was on, they said, Miss Lily, Miss Arizona. My grandmother's name was Arizona. My mother's name was Lily. You got any extra? She said, come on, sit on down. Sit on down. We got you. We got you. When she'd feed them, they want to go back for a second. She could say, but you only can have one time now because I got to still feed the rest of the family. But she always made enough. She always made enough. She gave them that story, but she still fed them. So anyway, here's our questions on passion today and the things that are related to it. First question is, what do you have a passion for right now? What do you have a passion for? Write that down. Number 2, Joan says, yes, my mother's stories also. Yes. Yeah, I remember your mom, and she did have great stories, she and your dad. Number 2, what do you find pleasure in doing? Where is your pleasure as it relates to your passion? Number 3, how much attention do you give to your passion? How much attention do you give to it? Like when you're writing, do you just want to write and you don't answer the phone, you don't text, you don't answer it, you don't watch TV, you just get in the zone and write. And I do have a couple of friends that do that. That's all they want to do. They don't want to do nothing else. And they won't answer the phone. They'll call you back later, which is fine. One of my passions is interior decorating. Okay, that means you need to come help me. Okay, number 4. How much satisfaction do you receive from your passion? How much satisfaction? How much do you get out of it? If you get 200%, that means you're overpaid, but that's good. That means you really, really enjoy it. Number 5, how much does it cost you to support your passion? How much does it cost you? Does it cost you? Now, I'm not talking just money. I'm talking time. I'm talking, it might be, what else you're juggling around in terms of, did I lose a friend because I put too much into this? Have I lost something with my kid because I'm never available? Does my husband think I never am at home, or my wife thinks I'm even though I'm home, my passion is I just want to play, Nintendo or whatever. What's the new games? I don't know the games, but I just want to play a virtual game. That's what I want to do, and I want to play online with other people. Okay, there you go. Virtual interior design. Yes, yeah. See, look, you all are connecting. That's good. T and Jean. So anyway, those would all be, how much does it cost you to support? So it's not just money. You also have to look at other things, time with people, just other things. Number 6, it says, what ignites you when you think about or you are doing what your passion is? What is ignited in you? What is it? What happens? I know my girl Deborah, sometimes she'll bake a cake and bring it to our women's school, Sunday school. And oh my goodness, we be scampering over there. We be trying to push her out the way to get some cake. So, we know that that's probably a passion of hers. I've never really asked her, but she's good at it and she seemingly enjoys it. And sometimes she bring it without even being requested, which says that she wanted to do something nice for somebody else. That's a passion too, being nice, just wanting to do something for somebody. Number 7, it says, what is the most optimal way for you to do your passion? What's the most optimal way? sit down in a room with nothing on, no music, no TV, no dog barking, just you and yoga, you and meditation, you and whatever it is. Well, I knew Deborah. Yeah, Deborah, I know you would have other passions. I would think travel, dressing, because you always look sharp. So I would think you would have a lot of passion. Oh, look, Joan says, I carry a book wherever I go. I also have a book in our bathroom. Yeah, me too. I usually carry books, and then I also, because I sometimes I just get thoughts, and I have my book here, which talks about I'm covered the Corona Chronicles. So I write in that, and I also keep these dollar books from the Dollar Tree store. I go get some of them, and I sometimes I just have a book with me, and I can be in conversation. Somebody gives me something to do. Okay, Lawson says the kids like bikes in the complex I live in. Look at their faces with are priceless. That's a passion for me, just to see. Okay, so you take pride in just looking at your children as they're riding around in the complex you live in. Okay. Thanks for sharing that, Lawson. That's right. Thank you. Thanks, Gene. That's my that's my co-trainer. Thank you so much. And the last question is, where did the notion come from for you to have a passion for your passion? Where did it come from? Was it inspired in childhood? Was it inspired by a friend? What happened? What happened? Where'd it come from? Which would be exciting. Thanks, Deborah. People are watching. Thank you. I thank you all for coming into this little space with me in the morning. I tell you, sometimes God just gives me so many things to do, and my worry is that I won't have enough time before I leave the world to get it all done, because I wake up every day and He's giving me something else to think about, something else to write. Now last night, I'm going to tell you about my last night. My passion is to finish up with getting this book situated, and I'm still waiting for the proof. And then I read in the fine print of Amazon last night that they put books, which used to be you could get everything in 2 days, 2 to 3 days. My book, which is what's actually Mr. Al Martin's, and my book is delayed. We're just trying to get the proof so we can okay what's on the bookshelf. It's been delayed, and it was supposed to be. Now they got the order on the 27th of June. Is this not the 8th? Terrible. It's just terrible. So they put another note and said it may be here by the 10th. So that's my frustration. So that was my angst going to bed last night. However, it's still my passion because I'm going to get it done. God already told me He had it for me to do and get it done for Mr. Al. That's what we're going to do. So y'all bear with me a minute. It's not me. It is not me. I cannot make, books are considered third class media, and so therefore there's trouble coming in. Oh, look, it says, Joan says, my mother says, you have an influence to down things I got to make it a passion, right? My mother was an avid reader, and that instilled that passion in me. Okay, that's wonderful, because I think as children we're very influenced, and people can influence us, and as we get older, people can still influence us to read, to write, to start things, to make it our business. Good morning, Vivian. How are you? To make it our business to look at what becomes important to us. So our passion sometimes may have to grow into being this huge thing that we cannot deny. We have to go to it. We have to do it, which also makes it very exciting when we're working. When we're working in our passion, we're happy. When we're working in our passion, we're pleased. we're satisfied, we're content, all those things that I mentioned. When we're really in our passion, you can't say nothing about the attention we won't give it. We're going to give it some attention. We're going to make it ours. We're going to own it. We're going to own it. It says, and we're going to be ignited by it. It will be our optimal choice of things to do. And see, I believe that we're not one-sided. We're not lineal. We're multifaceted. So therefore, we were going to have multiple areas that give us passion. They make us passionate about it. We want to do it. We feel a need. And it says that it's our notion that we would continue to go back to it because it's made, what I say, a placement in our heart and head. We know it. We want to do it over and over and over again. And we want to support the process. In order for us to support anything that we're doing, we have to do it. We have to do it. So anyway, our passion is vital. Our passions, to me, our passions can sustain us during this time of uncertainty. I try not to do too much with the news, but every once in a while I'll get a glimpse of, or I'll hear something. Maybe that's the book. I don't know. The dog is barking, but I'll hear something off the news that kind of says that we sometimes run faster than we should. We should be walking first. And sometimes we even have to slow it down to there's not much movement until we wait until everything is clear. Everything has been, what I would say, made safe for us to go and move about our lives as we used to be. But I don't understand why people don't see the new normal. We have a new normal now, and the new normal certainly suggests that we have to be careful about, who we talk to, because even talking, without a mask on, they're saying now, has some issues. So, and I love to sing. So, I'm going to be quiet. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right. So anyway, I want you to have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this session today on passion. I want you to get into your passion. What is it? It's yours. It's nobody else's. It doesn't have to look like anybody else's, act like anybody else. You don't have to act like anybody else. You can just be who you are. But your passion is what you like to do. Your passion is what you believe in. Your passion is what has made you being the optimal person that you want to be. It's significant. It satisfies you. And sometimes we never acknowledge when we are satisfied. We never, ever do. We always search for something else. But I always say, if there's something that satisfies you and it treats you where you have passion for it, continue to keep that, even though you may be moseying through some other stuff that isn't as kind, that isn't as good, that isn't as right for you as that is. Stay with what's good for you. Stay with your passion, and then, muddle through all the rest of the stuff. And eventually you may even find a diamond in the rough over in some other area that you didn't know you could do, and you didn't know that you had a knack for, believing that you could make it either a career or certainly a well-sought hobby. Look, I love y'all. I want to see you tomorrow. I haven't picked tomorrow's session yet, but I will. I'm going to pick it, and then we'll be excited about it. But I love each and every one of you, and I do appreciate it if you share this video, and also go to my YouTube channel. It's just Sandra L. Winborn, PhD. You can find my channel, and all these videos are there. I love you. Bye-bye. Have a great day.